that would be wonderful. All right. We ready back there? You guys ready back there? Yeah. All right. Well, without further ado, Finley Russell, sit in your seat, please. We bring you, not just me, it's not just me, we, as the Rock Academy, bring you Tavin Wickerwhistle and his Infectious and Avian Orchestra. Please enjoy.
In a realm that stretches beyond the boundaries of time and space, where magic and science dance together in harmony, you'll find a place they call Everyone. It's a world that defies reality's usual grip, where dimensions intertwine and the extraordinary mingles with the ordinary, and vice versa. Everyone, folks, is like the ultimate if statement come to life. It's a wondrous land where endless possibilities unfold, where every if finds its answer and all the whenevers find their moment. It's a place where boundless potential reigns supreme. We find ourselves at a pivotal juncture in everyone's history, my friends. A moment in time that's unfolding as we speak. After a tragic surprise attack on a legendary figure known as a Wickerwhistle. In everyone you've never been, it was wonderful once. A perfect realm at the helm, a Wickerwhistle called Tavin.
Safe from front, or so we thought. We just kept singing on.
At least he tried.
But they were oh so naive. They all sang,
If fiddle get your slums, when Tavin Wickerwhistle comes. If fiddle don't scratch the crumbs, when Tavin Wickerwhistle comes.
Tavin was, among his flaws, too clever for his own good.
never without his wits, but all things have opposites. A figure in white came to everyone. How she got in, no one seems to know. They say that she used to be human, but that was long ago.
Who is this man? And what's her plan?
Is everyone here still safe?
I mean no harm,
But past her charm, evil was brewing and Tavin could see it, but not before she clipped his wings.
Hip hip fiddle, no crime, no sins, when Tavin Wickerwhistle wins. Hip hip fiddle, new life begins, when Tavin Wickerwhistle wins. Hip hip fiddle, when Tavin flies, an Avian gets hit and dies. Hip hip fiddle, but Tavin's wise, so end this perfect round demise.
if you won't use your potential, I will. Our Tavin ran, and then the man gave herself a name. Call me Aolan.
Where'd Tavin go?
It seems below.
Did Tavin really run off to Earth?
Hip hip fiddle, we lost our hides, Tavin Wickerwhistle's pride. Hip hip fiddle, we dared to lie, but Tavin Wickerwhistle's pride. Hip hip fiddle, we lost our hides, Tavin Wickerwhistle's pride. Hip hip fiddle, we dared to lie, but Tavin Wickerwhistle's pride.
Why'd Tavin leave? Did Tavin die? How did the battle go? Alright, the war's not done, it ends the day. Tavin Wickerwhistle fades away. Everyone is full of wondrous places, But one of the most impressive and famous is the legendary institution known as the Fifth Consortium, where we find ourselves now. An independent body of scholars, mages, alchemists, and scientists dedicated to the endless pursuit of knowledge in everyone and protecting it from harmful anomalies or other worldly threats.
Gatemaster Thorn, this is a formal requisition to take a gateway through the Betwixt to Earth.
Teray, teray, teray. It's always a pleasure to see you stray further and further from the rules, regulations, and operating procedures of our beloved Fifth Consortium. With each of these foolhardy choices you make, it becomes easier for others to eclipse your work. Others, like me.
My focus is on progress and discovery, not on outdated protocols.
Progress? Discovery? Or are you simply running from your past failures, Teray? For every one of your unorthodox inventions or claims, the other 9 are flaming failures.
My past is irrelevant to my current pursuits, but if one fears failure, how can you truly discover the unknown?
No. The answer is no, Teray. Your requisition to take a gateway to Earth is denied.
But wait, we haven't finished the formal requisition process. Are you not the one who finds comfort in protocol and procedure?
Very well. Why do you need this portal, and when?
I need it immediately. Mere hours ago, a strange figure appeared in Elrond Square. Words were exchanged, and the figure attacked Tavin Wickerwhistle. Tavin was nearly slain, but managed to escape, and I have tracked him to Earth.
How in the world did this creature even begin to match up to a Wickerwhistle?
That is exactly what I would like to learn. Eyewitnesses have stated there was a white leather-bound book with metallic etching on it that the figure seemed to use as an arcane weapon.
And this Wickerwhistle's a friend of yours, is he not?
I would say that I have an interpersonal association characterized by mutual social interactions, shared interest, and an emotional connection with Tavin, yes.
That is a conflict of interest according to our regulations, Teray, and you are fully aware of that. Also, we don't know enough about the incident yet. Opening up a portal could be dangerous. And frankly, I don't like you or your Wickerwhistle friend. So for that reason alone, and no other reason, the answer is no. Requisition formally denied with no option for appeal.
Very well.
What are you doing, Teray? Don't do this. You will not use my portals in one of your ill-planned bouts of semi-literate fringe science.
I have calculated the risk, and this is the best course of action empirically. I would have preferred a formally approved portal, but an illicit one will serve my purpose.
If you walk through that portal to Earth, Teray, I will report you immediately. This is a blatant disregard for protocol. At the very least, you'll be suspended, but most likely dismissed altogether, especially with your spotty record.
What you are suggesting does have a 92.4% chance. I am aware of this. But as much as I hate to admit it, there is an inexplicable connection drawing me to these actions.
We have regulations and protocols for a reason, Teray. When will you give them the respect they deserve?
I have to go help my friend.
Welcome back to Earth, friends.
Here, we stand at the gates of Clara Peller High School. It's time to meet young Charlotte Finch, a student who's just had herself one of those heart-sinking, gut-wrenching moments that only high school can serve up. You know the ones. You see, Charlotte is the quiet type, not too fond of change, and would feel much more comfortable taking a back seat for the ride. Which is why today, my friends, is the day her life will change forever.
One of those days that starts out great, but it just keeps getting worse and worse. Well, for me, that day is today. And it's not just one big thing. It's 100 little things. Now, I'm not trying to be melodramatic here. This isn't the worst day of my life or anything. But honestly, 100 not great days in a row is a whole lot worse than a really bad one every once in a while.
Skinny jeans and perfect hair, making out versus non stop and stare.
Tall and strong, we're growing men. We're writing on walls, we're ballpoint men. We're playing the Marlins. From birth I had ambition. I had a line only I could hold. From then I had a mission to raise the bar and break the mold. I go and grab my future. Cars and mansions, changing lives. I know that's where you'll find me when that day arrives.
I guess I don't have to get in there right now. Why did I say that? I absolutely do need to get in there. My pre-calculus book for next period is in there.
Hey, Charlotte, did you write of a piece in the running to place in the state art fair?
Oh, I'm not sure. Why did I say that? I absolutely am sure. Yes, Charlotte, you do in fact have a piece running in the state art fair. But I guess it's better to minimize it now and spare myself the embarrassment when I don't actually place.
Hey, are you ready for that interview?
Oh no, I didn't hear her. What did she say? It's okay, it's okay. Just laugh and nod.
What's funny?
Oh no, I mean, I was just, why do I always do that? Why not just ask them to repeat themselves like a normal person? Because that's weird, Charlotte. Weird, and we're already awkward enough as it is.
I was just asking if you're ready to do your interview for the school blog. Because Duncan said it needs to be done by 5th period.
Oh, that's right. Let me go to my locker and grab my notes real quick.
Isn't this you on the art fair website? That's you, right?
You don't have to have drive, you don't need to succeed. If you want to survive, you need to disappear. When extensions are due and your knife out to fry, gonna get through, you need to disappear. Disappear into the crowd. Disappear into the crowd.
Listen, what Mr. Turner did to you in class this morning was unfair. I just want you to know
Oh,
that.
no. It's no big deal, really. I mean, I was the one who got the assignment mixed up.
Well, it really...
Oh, you know what? I gotta go. I got this interview thing. I'll talk to you soon. You don't have to have drive. You don't need to succeed. If you want to survive, you need to disappear. When you're not big and loud and you blend to the end, won't bother the crowd and get to disappear. Disappear.
I am a one and only, a clever mind and creative soul. Those times when I felt lonely, I remember purpose takes a toll. But never be discouraged, the swimming shark always survives. You'll never catch me coasting when that day arrives.
I have learned to love to live in the background. No one knows me, no one makes jokes or threats. And this way I get to be free, free and happy as it gets. Disappear.
From birth I had ambition, I had a light only I could hold. From then I had a mission to raise the bar and break the mold. I go and grab my future, cars and mansions, changing lives. I know that's where you'll find me when that day arrives.
All disappear.
When that day arrives.
All disappear.
When that day arrives.
Teray, our interdimensional traveler, has emerged from his journey using the unsanctioned portal and materializing him right here on Earth. He finds himself in a wooded area just outside of Charlotte's high school. Teray doesn't know exactly where his friend Tavin Wickerwhistle is, and it is very likely that he is badly hurt, or worse. Friends, it's important to note that the veil between everyone and Earth is seldom lifted. For the vast majority of humans, the existence of extraordinary Everywhenian creatures remains concealed, nestled in the shroud of doubt and skepticism. So even if she wanted to, Charlotte couldn't see Teray if she was having her best day.
Now to achieve an untested, intricate reaction between technological innovation and botanical magic. This veil root cost a small fortune. It was nearly impossible to obtain. The things I do for you, Tavin. Where do the mysteries hide? There do the answers abide. Their root through dogma's remotion become the imperative potion. Now, you secret elixir, vow that you'll be the fixer. Their root, your potential revealed, have all that is hiding become unconcealed.
The veil root spell, my friends, did in fact work, and it wove a curious tapestry of events indeed, as two distinct desires converged in a single, remarkable sequence. In a flash, two creatures had their requests granted by powerful magic. Teray was taken to Tavin, and Charlotte got something quite different. The spell took them both to an alleyway behind Mr. Mozzarella's Pizza Parlor, one of Tavin's favorite places on Earth to eat.
The ramifications of you being here and being able to see me are far-reaching.
Dude, what? Who even are you? And why am I not freaking out as much as I should be right now? And why do I oddly trust you?
Well, that is very wise. I am very trustworthy. My name is Teray, and I'm from the realm of everyone. But please, I have to find my friend. Oh, but to answer your question, feelings of trust and happiness are complex emotional states that are the result of neurotransmitters and chemicals in our brain. But your current surge of these feelings is most likely the result of the arcane flower that I set on fire as part of a magical spell.
Dude, I'm not usually this direct, but what am I talking about? I am never this direct. Why am I so comfortable talking to you right now? This is creepy.
Creepy is a highly subjective term that lacks empirical precision. But to go with your definition, no, this isn't creepy. Veilroot has many potent effects, and it's most likely that your confidence is the removal of superfluous self-doubt.
Wait, that's not, well, I mean, so real talk. I guess you're probably right.
Oh, it's worse than I thought. Please help me get him up.
Oh man, is he,
Perished? He does appear to have been mostly perished all day. Please help me.
And yet, I live. Despite such a harrowing ordeal, I've returned from the cold stoop of eternal darkness. Teray, you have saved me once more, my friend. Your rescue efforts have spared many realms from a catastrophic loss of an icon of artistry and wonder.
And who are you exactly?
Oh, please accept my apologies. I didn't realize we had company. I'm the one and only Tavin Wickerwhistle. Oh. And you are...
Hey! Not cool, man. I go by Charlotte Finch. My friends call me Finch, but you can call me Charlotte.
Well, hip hip hiddle, Miss Charlotte. You know what I like to say. Every dawn rising brings light to the shadows of yesterday.
Dude, are you always this extra? What am I even supposed to do with that?
Don't worry, I'm sure it'll dawn on you. Whoa. And yes, you are in the presence of the one and only Tavin Wickerwhistle.
I've never even heard of you.
And that doesn't offend me one bit. In fact, that's why I came to Earth. So few mortals could see me makes for the perfect hideaway.
Tavin, please sit still. You are very weak, and I must check your vitals.
Ditch in the slums, but very well. Now to answer your next question, Miss Finch.
I never asked.
I am quite famous in everyone.
I'm up.
I'm lauded for my mind, my inspiration, and my hair. Not mentioning my dignity. You know I'm ticklish there. Now may I ask you a question, Miss Finch?
I never got
What kind of a name is Charlotte anyway? It's so strange. Charlotte. So silly sounding.
Whoa, what kind of a name is Wickerwhistle?
Wickerwhistle's not a name, but a title you must amuse to many, a friend to most, and wait, is this supposed to burn? Fancy finding me here, a man so decorated.
At his weakest moment, and still the ego's well inflated.
Fancy finding me here. This is such an honor for you, my newest friend.
So what exactly does a Wickerwhistle do?
A Wickerwhistle is there to bring balance between the realm of everyone and the greater universe.
You make it sound so whimsical, Teray, but I'll take it from here. If you're stuck before square one and your creative mind is blank, there is one noble, strong, robust. Robust! Muse to help you turn the crank. Fancy finding me here in optimal condition.
If you were any weaker, we'd have needed a mortician.
Fancy finding me here. You thought I was a goner, or contraire, my pair of friend.
You see a pair of me? How many fingers am I
Now,
holding up?
Trey, you know I can't tell how many fingers you're holding up when you're spinning around like that. Don't be foolish. Now, if I may put down my guard,
Finally.
I'll believe it when I see it.
I've seen something that has me slightly rattled.
Yeah, I think you died.
In everywhere in our own backyard, a threat the likes of which I've never battled. Please stop. A threat the likes of which I've never battled. I'm not sure what I can do, but fancy finding me here in my penthouse by the ocean.
Are hallucinations a reaction to the potion?
Fancy finding me here, fit as a marathoner. I knew it's true, my friend. Fancy finding me here in heavy protection. Where there's stars, the goats, the bits, the heights, the hit, the vet who had the pet, the pets are here to finding me. You're quite welcome for the short break. Moment for you to take it all in, as it were.
Tavin, did someone use a spell on you?
I believe so. Now, where was I? Ah, yes! Let us not forget Wickerwhistle Day, third Friday of every January. A day to celebrate creativity, innovation, and self-expression. A day to celebrate me, of course.
Tavin, amidst your flagrant self-promotion, it is crucial that you acknowledge the severity of your injuries. What happened to you? Who did this? I can patch you up, but medicine is not my strongest suit. It will be very temporary.
Dre, I find myself not only a victim of a most vicious assault, but a heinous act of thievery. I typically have a very fetching mask, which, as you see, has been purloined.
Wait. You're hanging on by a thread, and you're worried about a mask?
This is not any mere mask, Charlotte, my dear. This is a powerful, arcane amplifier of my innate Wickerwhistleian power. In fact, I keep a good deal of my power stored within it, like ink in a pen, ready for use at a moment's notice.
So what you're saying is the person who attacked you has your power, has your mask, and can do whatever vile thing that they can imagine with it?
That is technically correct, at least to a degree. It's actually quite challenging to master its use, so we likely have a teensy bit of time.
And then what happens if this magic mugger of yours learns to use the magic in the thing sooner than you'd hoped? Sorry. Weird cold feeling, and I think my eyes are playing tricks on me.
It is worth noting that while there are many beneficial effects of veil root, you may be experiencing some of the not so beneficial kind. Please alert me if you encounter any unsavory effects outside of the ordinary.
Unsavory effects? Unsavory effects outside of what? Like that cold feeling and weird hallucination I just described?
Correct. There's no telling what might happen to you. I was mostly protected by my goggles.
We must make haste to retrieve my mask. Prepare yourself. Oh, you must be ready for this one. Through the betwixt we go.
Wait, what?
Now, my friends, we find ourselves at Castle Larkspur, the very heart of everyone's chivalrous and knightly warriors, the Avians. In Everyone, Avians aren't pheasants or fowls, but instead, they are a gallant order who follow a strict code, embodying nobility, valor, and a commitment to higher principles of conduct, the very ideals of Larkspur. Here, we enter the chambers of a pair of Avian siblings, sisters Cordell and Ligniana, two distinguished figures within Castle Larkspur, as they receive grave news of the mysterious figure in white in already perilous times.
Today marks 11 long months since our father rode off to close the gate to the place beneath all places. And not a day goes by that I don't wish I had begged him to stay.
Not a day goes by that I don't wish I'd begged to go with him. If I were with him,
Then you'd both be missing now.
Cordell, may I have an audience?
I'm not Liege Avian, Aries. My father is. You don't have to ask for an audience with me. We are equals here.
That is precisely what I'm here about. I believe it's time, and many other Avians do too. It's time for you or someone else who's willing to take a position in Liege Avian.
Aries, since Cordell and I were children, you've been like a second father to us. And you're one of only a few who never feared my own magical ability to connect to the minds of others. Your commitment to Castle Larkspur and to my father are a testament to your integrity and loyalty. And you know the Avian Code better than anyone else I've ever met.
My thanks to you, Ligniana. I am too still marred by your father's absence, which is why I come to you today. I understand that for those of us who loved Goron will truly never move on in our hearts. But as defenders of this realm, we must move on as Avians to the code for Larkspur!
Publicly moving on is admitting to everyone that our father is not coming back.
Admitting it to everyone or admitting it to yourself?
What is you would have me do then, Ares? Throw a funeral? Perhaps I should. Knowing my luck, our father would walk in right in the middle of it.
Ares, there are moments my heart trembles with fear and uncertainty of my father's fate. Yet these are the times that we Avians must cling to the belief that life endures. There will be no funeral for the living.
Ligmiana, you forget that your father wasn't the only one who rode off that day. We all lost kith and kin. None of them have returned. Our numbers dwindle as we fall out of favor with the people of everyone.
Ligmiana, Ares does have a point. Father's been gone nearly a year now, and with each passing moment, the castle Larkspur and the Avians collect dust. If this persists, we'll become nothing but ceremonial ghosts of what we once were. You have to remember that in everyone, we serve no king. The authority that the Avians operate in is based solely on the goodwill and the faith of the people. They must believe in our cause, and so must we.
Cordell, there's been an incident. It's just our Avian, my lady. She's fallen in battle.
What battle? And who dealt the final strike? Because today is the perfect day to have a chance meeting with them.
Cordell, my dear heart, the same tempest rages in me. But let us not be swept away and forget our honor, our code. Our true strength lies in our focus, and not only on what we do next, but how we do it.
Sources I trust say that it was a figure clad in white that laid low not just Sithra, but a rising count of other innocents and everyone.
Look at how far we've fallen. Innocents continue to be harmed, and we just sit in our halls and do nothing but more ghosts. Perhaps we're the ghost. Who shot more than the Avians then? We are losing the trust of the people because we do not act. We just sit in our halls, our weapons corroding. Know this, I care deeply for you both, but that love does not eclipse my vow to the Avian code. This is your last chance to accept the position of Liege Avian, Cordell, or another more worthy and decisive in your stead.
There's more, my lady. The report said this incident involved the Wickerwhistle. Some even whispered that it was his hand that felled Sithra.
Tavin, the Wickerwhistle who comes to the Avian banquet every year and wears out his welcome dancing with you far too much.
That is the only Wickerwhistle I know of, Cordell, and he is not easily mistaken with another.
Very well. I guess I'm going to have questions for this Wickerwhistle. And this figure clad in white, his garments shall not remain white much longer. The Everyonians want to see the Avians take action? Let them see this. I will answer for the innocents who have fallen. Come, we ride within the hour.
Leaving Castle Larkspur and the Avians, we come to a dark, grim, and gruesome place. For you see, even a place like everyone needs a prison. And this, my friends, is the most feared and ghoulish prison you can imagine. You are now entering the Labyrinth of Cut Corners, a cursed place where its prisoners relive their biggest mistakes over and over and over. And if you think the very concept of such a place is terrible, wait until you meet the creature that lairs here as its foul and treacherous warden.
Corners now, you may save some time to lose your way. Twisting, turning out, tipsy, tipsy, drowsy, true. Upside down is inside out when you're running inside a kaleidoscope. Don't fight, he will bite. Consequences, appetite. You, me, again, me. No one's ever getting free.
Tavin, Charlotte, are you there? Are you harmed?
Ugh, what is that smell? It smells like if our school locker room started a garage band with old cheese. Ugh, and yes, I'm fine. I'm just a little dizzy.
I really must insist you two keep it down, at least until I get my bearings. Now, what part of the labyrinth did I manage to get us plopped into?
Ugh, seriously, it smells like if a wet dog got taken in a dirty diaper on a date to a sauna. Wait, Did you say labyrinth? Like a labyrinth?
Oh, yes, a very mystical and metaphysical one at that. Very powerful stuff. No, if I could just get one of these stones loose.
The labyrinth of cut corners? Tavin, this is a prison. Every literal piece of this place is designed to magically imprison us.
Tavin? We're in jail cells?
Magical jail cells. And again, I must insist you two keep it down, or else...
Or else you must face the consequences. Yes. What curious souls have ventured into my domain. Lost are we? I am known as the Quetzalcoatl, a literal eater of consequences. This cursed place is a powerful arcane lock, and I am the living key. Now, what might you be doing in my prison, Tavin? I didn't put you here.
Almighty Quetzalcoatl, I have been the victim of a crime of realm-spanning proportions, and I have come here to seek justice. I have come for your help.
No! Well, if it isn't Tavin Wickerwhistle, in my mind, you reek of poor health.
A direct result of the crime.
I've always wanted to get you in one of your schemes, Wickerwhistle, and now you give me an open invitation to judge you. I accept.
Wonderful. Here's the predicament. You see,
No!
was this...
You will not tell me your plight. You will show me. All of you. Do you willingly submit to fall under my gaze of consequence? At this juncture, it is the only hope you have of gaining your freedom.
I fear we must.
Remember, I did not bring us here. You did. I shall cast my gaze upon you first. Tall orange one.
The Quetzalcoatl's gaze doesn't hurt, at least physically. I'm sure you have nothing to hide.
Tavin, why did you even bring me here? You didn't even ask me. You just brought me into this mess. This stinky, stinky mess.
Are you kidding me? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to go on a legendary adventure with a Wickerwhistle. I didn't even think there was a chance you would say no. You see, when one has a mind brimming with such creative torrents as mine, it can be a quite arduous task to maintain close relationships. Candidly, my cavalier demeanor can sometimes serve as a facade, concealing the profound loneliness that accompanies my constant quest for creation. I brought you because you seemed genuinely kind, and I could use a friend who's genuinely kind at the moment.
You know, you're not so bad yourself when you actually let your ego pause and take a breath for a moment. You know,
It is your turn, young lady, for I want to save the Wickerwhistle for last. Remember, I did not bring us here. You did. Prepare for my gaze.
Honestly, I can't stop thinking about it. It was a simple mix-up of two assignments. The first was for Miss Zhang, the nicest teacher in the world. We had to write a letter that no one would ever read. The second, well, that was for Mr. Turner, the not-so-nicest teacher in the world. He said we had to write an essay on a certain topic, and that we had to read it in front of the whole class. You can see where this is going, right? Well, by the time I got there, I had realized the mix-up. I tried to take a 0, but Mr. Turner wasn't having it. He said that if I didn't get up there and read my letter, not only would I get a 0, but he would photocopy it and give it to every student in the class. So, I read the letter. Dear Charlotte, it's Charlotte. I think this letter's sort of silly. A letter to myself, and Miss Zhang won't read it. But it's extra credit, and I do need it. So, here we go. I get stressed out trying to find a seat in the cafeteria. I have to work afterwards and drop my brother off at school, so I don't have time to meet people. Even if I did, I knew that I wouldn't. I don't fit in with everyone, or anyone. Everyone else gets clear blue skies, while I breathe in labored sighs. I know it's only in my mind, but something inside me cries. I'm not much one for prom concerts, custom dresses, mini skirts. I don't want to be someone else, but something inside me hurts. Alone in my room, I rehearse the day, regretting everything I say, learning to move further to the back, lowering the stakes, oh, till something in me breaks. Does everyone else get clear blue skies while I breathe in labored sighs? I'm sure it's only in my mind, but something inside me cries. Regretfully yours, Charlotte Finch. I'm disappearing again.
So you are. Disappearing, that is. That arcane effect seems to be directly related to your state of mind. We are done here, Charlotte Finch. I wish you more pleasant dealings in your school that rests high. You do not deserve such discomforts. Now, unto the veritable feast of the Wickerwhistle. Prepare for my gaze. I'm going to enjoy this very much.
I was in the better part of an hour, enjoying a delicious meal, surrounded by friends and laughter. I was in the VIP section, of course, and a fan approached me for an autograph.
No! No! These are lies! My gaze commands the truth.
I was in a dining parlor, but I was on my hands and knees looking for any spare coins that had been dropped. I was so hungry. Then, a figure, clad in the most exquisite white outfit, entered the room. And with her, the very atmosphere shifted. She sat at the table, and she even did that with cold precision.
Come, sit with me. I insist.
Her voice was like ice in my ears. I could tell she wasn't truly asking, but commanding, and I did sit.
Why? You're a Wickerwhistle, now aren't you?
Yes, indeed I am. Tavin Wickerwhistle, to be precise.
Well, hip hip hiddle, it must be my lucky day.
The air hung still, like a moment of dead silence before the strike of lightning. And she smiled, like a wolf made up to look like a sheep.
Oh, I really love your mask.
I didn't get your name, kind stranger.
You really don't recognize me, do you?
Ma'am, if I may be so bold, are you a human?
You're getting warmer, Tavin. I know what might help. I know this may seem tacky, but I'm a fan, so forgive me if I gush a bit, but these are your handiwork, correct?
Yes, indeed they are mine, but where did you get them?
I got them! I got them from the places you've been. I have dozens. You leave them, don't you, as little calling cards?
Yes, indeed I do. When I visit those in need of creative help, I leave these behind as a token of my work and a reminder to them.
You know what? I have something I want to show you. You're gonna love this. Oh, and I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Aolan.
No, this can't be!
Now, let's see here. Here we go. These Cosmic laws set by the vulnerable order of the Aolan and the Wickerwhistle calls for balance between the figures. The Aolan shall always require a Wickerwhistle, and the Wickerwhistle shall always require an Aolan. Somebody hasn't been following the rules.
That's impossible. Where did you get that book? And how did you take the office of Aolan? You're a human. This can't be. This shouldn't be.
Oh, I'm just getting started with you, Wickerwhistle. You have so many sins to answer for. Balance must be restored. Now, let's take that power of yours, shall we? You know, people often mistake chaos for freedom. They idolize figures like you, Wickerwhistle, with their whimsical fun, and who they think is a wild, untamed spirit. But they forget. They always forget. There's a fine line between creativity and anarchy. Without structure, without order, everything falls apart. That's where the Aolan comes in, Wickerwhistle. The Aolan, the epitome of order, of rules, and of the cold, hard logic that underpins our very existence. That's me. Now, and I don't know how you got rid of the last Aolan or the office altogether, but I'm here to bring balance. A Wickerwhistle without an Aolan is like a wildfire, unrestrained. It will burn up everything in its path, leaving only ash and ruin. And I can't just stand by and let that fire burn everything up. So I have to put you out. You understand? Ah!
Begging your pardon, good sir. That was intense.
This figure in white is accusing you of some dire things, Wickerwhistle. Crimes against the very order of things. Yet an accusation is not evident. I will need more details.
And that is precisely what I'm here to offer you. I wish to strike a deal with you, Consecravor. I will get you the evidence you need.
This does appeal to me, Wickerwhistle. There have been a number of disturbances in Everywhen, anomalies and disruptions.
I have noticed them as well. As soon as we returned, it's so much worse than I feared.
Something is ripping the very fabric of this realm to tatters, slice by slice. It very well could be this ghostly figure causing these unnatural lacerations in our realm.
Well, you have my word when I say this. I will deliver to you a person who has willfully and knowingly violated some of the oldest and most sacred laws in Everywhen, and I will deliver that person to you myself.
Very well, Wickerwhistle. Very, very well. I will grant you this. I sense that things are more dire than they seem. There's more at risk than you think, Wickerwhistle. Make good on your promise, or Everywhen may not survive. Go now, and beware. These whips in reality lead to a dark and dreadful place. And there are creatures of dwell within that are even more unforgiving than even me. If you travel left when you leave here, there's some sellswords who may take pity upon you. You're going to need all the help you can get, Wickerwhistle.
Well, friends, it appears that our trio of adventurers managed to elude their capture, but just barely, and only to emerge in the unforgiving and treacherous wilderness of Grimstone. To make matters worse, the Consecravor's warnings were more dire than they imagined. In the short time since Tavin was on Earth, everyone was darker, colder. These rips in the very fabric of the realm were getting worse and greater in number, each bleeding the very color from this once joyful realm to gray.
Tavin, why in the realms would you knowingly take us to the Labyrinth of Cut Corners?
It was to prove your innocence, wasn't it? I should have known. I've got to give it to you. That was
I
pretty...
had to rob him, obviously. Picked the poor chap's pockets right at the tail end of his parlor trick there. Plucked him like a Cornish hen, too.
Unbelievable.
Wow. I was way off. Wait, is that a rock? You didn't pick our pockets, did you?
Let's put these little beauties away for the right moment, shall we? Oh dear. This is far worse than I could have ever imagined. I've never seen everyone look so sick.
It's the end of the line for me, Tavin.
Whatever do you mean, Teray? We're in the very thick of things now.
The fifth consortium will be looking for me after I hijack the portal to save you. And if I turn myself in, maybe they'll have mercy on my sentencing.
Teray, you sly old alley cat. I never took you for a portal thieving miscreant. Although, I was beginning to wonder how you got to me.
Our friendship compels me to do strange things, Tavin.
Well, fret not, friend. I will capture this Aolan.
Aolan? Tavin, that is the first time you've used that name for the figure in white. What aren't you telling me?
Teray, it's a very complicated situation. You see,
Tavin, stop. Do you want to know what the consecutive saw for me, Tavin? What I am most guilty of? Not drawing clearer, darker lines with you. Sacrificing my passions and my future to fix your mistakes.
Here's what I do know, friend. You have done more than any friend should ever be expected to do. I will make this right, all of it. You have my word.
Tavin, I know that you think you mean that, but it's never been true. Statistically speaking, you will make things much worse for all of us. Please, friend, prove me wrong. Goodbye, Charlotte Finch. This newfound confidence looks good on you, veil root or not.
And you showing emotion looks good on you, veil root or not.
Goodbye, Tavin. I wish you luck and skill.
Charlotte, my dear, I am nonplussed and embarrassed that you're seeing everyone for the first time like this. I assure you, this is merely a shadow of her typical beauty.
Well, I mean, anything's better than stank corners over there, am I right? Oh, Tavin, I'm sorry. This is your home. I never should have made light of it. And it's crazy to me how this creep could do all of this in one night.
Charlotte, my dear, this devastation took far longer in the single night in which it manifested. If I'm being candid, I haven't been truly present in everyone for a long, long time.
You know what? I can see it. Really. Everyone is beautiful, even in its current state. Tavin, lead the way. I'll do whatever it takes to help you get your home back to the way it was.
You mean you don't want to go back to yours? Well, hip hip hiddle, Miss Finch. Shall we vamoose left one and find ourselves some bulging bicep mercenaries?
Let's shout.
Folks, things got a lot less chipper real fast. As Tavin and Charlotte traveled the wilds of Grimstone, they were faced with several strange anomalies and at least one very large, shadowy tear in the fabric of everyone itself.
Well, ditch and slump. It was very rude of the ground itself to open up into a dark arcane pit and spew creatures at us, was it not?
The ground was there, and then it wasn't. And what were those things? They were 50% teeth, 50% claws, and another 25% slobber and tongue.
Charlotte, my dear, I'm going to level with you. It's likely to get much worse. But fret not, for I am the one and only Tavin Wickerwhistle.
Worse? Worse? Worse than that? I can't even with you right now. Not again. Tavin, veil root weirdness. Don't let me disappear.
Whoa there, Charlotte. Take deep breaths, deep breaths. I've got you. There we are. You are a dawn, as radiant as ever. Someone as luminous as you couldn't disappear no matter how hard you tried. Understand?
Okay. Yeah, thank you. I feel much better.
Wonderful.
No.
Oh dear. Finally, a local! Good sir, we are in need of some assistance.
Ah, Gruffix Grux.
Well, hello there, Grux Gruffix. I have heard of the Infectious, and I am a fan of your work. I am Tavin Wickerwhistle, and it would help me a great deal if you could take me back to your camp so I may speak with whomever is in charge.
Grux?
Oh, yes, my friend could use some assistance. Thank you.
Gruffix.
3 creams and a sugar would be lovely, friend. Lead the way. It's okay, it's okay. He's a friend. He's a friend, see? He's fuzzy. Fuzzy, soft, cuddly, warm, very huggable.
And that is precisely what Grux Gruffix did. He brought Tavin and Charlotte to his caravan, the traveling home of the Infectious, a motley crew of sellswords with hearts of gold. Though mercenaries, they're bound together by a bond that's stronger than any contract. This ragtag group is like a family, and their loyalty to one another is as unbreakable as their thirst for adventure and coin.
Aha! Gruffix.
Yes, thank you ever so much for tending to my friend. Also, I don't mean to be rude, but I am in quite a hurry. May I speak with whomever is in charge here?
That would be me. You see that, Grux? I must be getting pretty famous to have a Wickerwhistle come asking after me.
Who are you?
Nice! 3rd time they've raised that bounty. Shame no one's good enough to beat me and collect. Now, are we ready?
Yeah!
Attack! Alright, crew. Seems we've got a bit of an audience today. So don't embarrass yourselves. Or me. Now, we seek fame, fortune, and glory. But that's not all. Why are we the Infectious?
Our thoughts, ideas, and actions must compel enough to spread.
That's right. And what do we spread?
New ways of thinking, new ways of acting, new perceptions of the world around us all.
Very good. And hey, I want to hear from some of you shy blokes. Squinting Brett, Callie Three Toes, Hot Breath. Being infectious gets a bad rap. Give me some good things that are infectious. Sound off.
Laughter, optimism.
Gruffix Grux.
I still can't understand you, big guy, but yep, sounds good to me.
Enthusiasm.
Very good. And remember, we only want to spread things worth spreading. That is how you build a legacy that lasts. Now, let's take a quick break so I can talk to old Wickerwhistle over here and see what his big story is.
It's Wickerwhistle.
It was some sort of new spell using veil root?
I know my way around veil root. Rare, expensive stuff. But there's definitely something else in the mix here. Pretty impressive work, actually. Let me guess. When you get stressed out or panic, that's when you start to...
Yeah, that's about right.
Look, veil root is powerful stuff, but it only reacts to what you feed it. So when you get worked up and start freaking out, you're feeding it anxiety and fear. Garbage in, garbage out. You just have to focus and feed it better stuff.
So it's not all bad?
It's not good or bad. It just amplifies you. You just have to decide what you're going to let it amplify.
So how do I learn to control it better?
I don't know, Pilates? I'm kidding. I mean, unless you're into Pilates. But seriously, me, I love music. So I think of it as a battle of volume. Whose song is louder, mine or the fear? I turn up the good things. I make my song better, louder. I make fear move to my tune and not the other way around.
So don't dance for the fear, but make the fear dance for me?
Yeah, close enough, Finch. I think you got the idea.
I can't thank you enough, really. By the way, I am loving your outfit.
You know, you look close to my size. I'll see what I can put together for you. And hey, I mean it, Finch. If you get too worked up, you might literally disappear forever. Now, I also have some boots that might fit you.
Well, that was a wild ride, Wickerwhistle. I should have grabbed popcorn. So you're telling me these creepy goobers with all the mouths and these massive voids gobbling everything up, that it's all thanks to this garlic Aolan? And that if she learns how to rock your mask, like really rock it, that things are going to get even worse?
That's about the sum of things, yes. Oh, Charlotte, my dear, did you get all mended up?
Yeah, I think I got what I needed.
Wonderful. I was just hiring the Infectious mercenaries here. They're going to help me retrieve my mask and stop that terrible being in white.
Speaking of which, here's how we operate. 1. Balance over rules. We're not sticklers for dusty code. What matters is finding balance for the greater good. And sometimes that means bending the rules a little. 2. Mercy for the uninvolved. We've got a soft spot for folks that don't live the life of a sellsword. Show some heart, and never let the uninvolved get hurt. We're the heroes, after all. 3. Own your choices. We take big swings, and sometimes we miss. Own your choices, good and bad. Everyone is a complicated place, and we're not always making easy calls. But when we mess up, we own it, and we make it right. If that all sounds agreeable to you, all that's left is a little matter of payment.
Yes, about this.
Oh, we don't work for free, and we don't work on credit, Wickerwhistle. No offense. I'm not going to become the most legendary mercenary in every Winnie in history by doing charity work.
But you could become the most legendary mercenary in everyone if you battled and captured, or per se, destroyed an evil legendary figure such as an Aolan.
Not to mention, you'd be instrumental in helping save all of everyone. I mean, that's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Whoever stops those goobers and plugs those voids, well, they'll be known as a hero forever.
Oh, and to be clear, the loan would be for a short amount of time. I would simply need to collect them from a friend who has them for safekeeping.
Graphics, graphics, graphics.
I still can't understand any of that, big guy. But you know what? You got heart, and I respect that.
He says that you would be legendary.
Okay. You know what? Here's the deal. You teach me how to understand this big gorgeous lunk, and you pay me what you owe, plus interest when this is over.
Wonderful. We are going to need to head upwind then. We're going to pay a visit to my dear friend Deuteronomy Clavers. She'll have the funds I need for certain.
She most certainly will not.
Guaranteed.
Not even remotely.
Start packing, Infectious. We've got a lot of road to cover. On to greatness. This is the stuff that legends are made of.
What I wish to say, the thoughts I would convey, but in my mind they stay locked behind my simple syntax. Grux is not my name, but how can I proclaim? Thus I just became Grux to all who tried to know me. Pray you hear my verse. Has there ever been a curse worse than my simple syntax?
Not many know this, but when a Wickerwhistle or an Aolan takes office, each role comes with its own distinct sanctuary. Now, it's rumored that Tavin lost his sanctuary, Wickermore, in a bet a long time ago. That, or he can't remember where he left it. In any case, the Aolan Citadel is where we find ourselves today, an arachnid-shaped underground fortress that has housed every Aolan in history to date, each with a statue raised in their honor, of course. Now, folks, I'm going to warn you, this new Aolan, she isn't all there, if you didn't catch that by now. And no judgment here, but I don't really know how to say this. She talks to the statues. In fact, she's rather good friends with them.
What a day. Because the Aeolian Codex is heavy, Eliezer. Every journal entry, schematic, and spell from all of you since the beginning, it's a lot. Oh, and I heard the Wickerwhistle's back in everyone. He's a foolish creature of habit, and he came right back to me, and is most likely back in his old haunts. Yes, thank you, Benji. Ripping this realm to shreds one nasty portal at a time is hard work. Who knew this thing could cut through everyone like butter? I'm a natural with the thing. You know, there's not a lot in our codex about the place beneath all places. Why is that? What do you mean it's off limits, Uggo? Nothing's off limits to us. We're Aeolians. You know, the thing is about these Aeolians not... You know, when I've been ripping these rips, I've encountered these creatures. I can't exactly place how or why, but I connect with them deeply, and they seem quite grateful to be let out. There's a whole army of them just begging to come out. There's one creature in particular I've become fast friends with, a leader among them all, a creature who commands fear and dread itself. I don't like your tone, Eliezer. Of course I'm being careful. This isn't the original plan, no, but this one feels so much clearer. My new friends understand that. Why can't you? You know what really gets under my skin about these Everwenians? You'll appreciate this, Benji. But they're monumental waste of potential. And I don't just mean in the few weeks I've been in everyone, but they've squandered potential for as long as I can remember. In fact, Uggo, I've always been able to see these creatures. Ever since I was a little kid. Can you imagine how terrifying that was? No one else can see them, and no one believed me. These creatures, they can do unimaginable things, magical, wondrous things. And how do they use their power? They frolic around in various realms, normally through a portal that a Wickerwhistle carelessly left open. I know about that all too well. They have their whimsical fun and use other people's lives as playgrounds, without a second thought, without consequence. It's sickening. A waste of potential, a waste of purpose. What was that word you used, Benji? Ah, yes, glimmer. They're all a waste of glimmer. You know, I've been thinking, and I have a pretty big idea. And I think I finally found a way to achieve perfect balance. What if I become the Wickerwhistle and the Aolan? Whoa, guys, whoa. I thought you'd be way more receptive to this. Hey, not nice, Lumen. Think about it. The structure and the logic of the Aolan joined with the vision and the creative force of the Wickerwhistle. It's perfect. Okay, complain all you want. This is the future. I am the future. Let me show you. For starters, what if I take this to take what's in here and put it in here? Silence! Let me work without your whining. Ah, yes, now we're talking. I can see everything. Now all I need is the last of the Wickerwhistle's power and I can finally save everyone. Can you hear it? Can you hear the shrieks of joy coming from the place beneath all places? I hear you, darlings, and Mommy is gonna set you free. All of you, starting with my new chum, the Dread Shifter. Okay, if you horrid statues won't close your mouths, I'll have to close them for you, for good.
And just like that, Aolan began destroying the statues that had kept her company for so many weeks.
No more words shall perish by imploding themselves, living without order, painting outside of the border, and eroding themselves. Time and time again they prove they can't rule themselves. Where do they get the nerve? Whining about what they deserve. Can they see themselves? They don't deserve their spark. living their lives without rising a rank. Pity the days of wasted glimmer. Pity the days of wasted glimmer. Pity the days of wasted glimmer. Let them be who they truly are. Let them be blank. Everyone and everyone thinks to be themselves. They are oh so naive. Is that really what they believe? Can they see themselves? They don't deserve the spark. Passing the hours asleep and annoyed. Pity the days of wasted glimmer. Pity the days of wasted glimmer. Pity the days of wasted glimmer. Let them be who they truly are. Let them be void. Dank cold gray abysses for everyone who dared to dream on pay. Lazy, stagnant flounders, invisible, all are now my prey. They don't deserve their spark, so numbly they'll wander, not feeling a shred. Pity the days of wasted glimmer. Pity the days of wasted glimmer. Pity the days of wasted glimmer. Let them be who they truly are. Let them be blank, void, dead. I guess.
And just like that, Aolan began to make even more rips and tears in the fabric of everyone. And from each puncture, even more of the vile, twisted creatures were within us spilled out, including this new, unsavory fellow, the Dread Shifter. And let me tell you, I do not like the sound of that name one bit, folks. Not one single bit. Then, the Aolan's arachnid-shaped fortress of pale, geometric perfection lifted from the soil of everyone and began lumbering toward the better part of an hour, lumbering toward Tavin to take the last of his power to fulfill her dark aims. I am back, folks. Well, folks, things are getting pretty heated in our story here. And the truth is, no one can really know how it will end. One thing we can say with a fair bit of certainty is that it looks like all roads are leading here, to the better part of an hour. This place has a bit of everything. It's a restaurant, a pawn shop, an inn, and of course, a theater that hosts some of the most unique shows in all of everyone.
Ah, here we are, the better part of an hour. Just as I remember it.
Wait, weren't you here like yesterday?
Yes, indeed I was. In fact, that room over there, right over there, was where I was metaphysically mugged.
This place looks like my granny's attic if it was arm wrestling a soup kitchen. I love soup kitchens. And I love arm wrestling. And I do love my dear granny. Let's do this.
Grux.
Yes, it would help a great deal if you snagged us a table. Thank you, Grux.
What are these adorable little things? They're so cute.
Ah, yes, the diligent and lovely little bloomfolk. They are Deuteronomy's hired labor force and the best security squad in everyone.
Well, speaking of the labor forces and security squads, Tavi, we're on the clock here. Don't forget about that sweet infectious coin you're on the hook for.
Ah, yes, I simply need to find Deuteronomy Clavers. Speaking of, where is that old vaudevillian virtuoso?
Is this some great timing or what? A show starting. Nice.
Ah, of course. That's where she'd be.
UCO was right. A show was about to begin. A premiere, in fact. Prepare to be amazed, folks. Here's our host now. The one, the only...
Sweetheart. Madame, beg your pardon.
Are you talking to me?
Yes, ma'am, I am, and I've actually got the intro covered. I'll take it from here. Hit it, my little bloomfolk! Glavers, comma, Deuteronomy, master, justice, straight gastronomy. What a friend in this economy. She snaps her shop with gifted singers.
Don't shake her hand, she'll steal your fingers.
Meet her now, it's Labyrinth, comma, Deuteronomy.
Oh, is all that fuss for me? How embarrassing. If you need a cot to crash in, or you've got some goods to cash in, look no further. I'm your gal. A salesman, bon vivant, and saint, a treat to meet your acquaintance, sparing no expense. Then I'm your gal. If you need a cot to crash in, or you've got some goods to cash in, look no further. I'm your gal. A salesman, bon vivant, and saint, a treat to meet your acquaintance. Hiya! Then I'm your gal. Oh, I love to aid my friends before sending them an invoice. Oh, I must be paid, my friends, to keep my feminine voice. So if you're wanting for some quick dough, or just dinner and a show, look no further. I'm your gal. Thank you, my adoring audience. Really, I do this for you. Truly, I do this for us. This one's for me. But you're the reason I do it for me. And for that, truly, you're welcome. And while I have your rapt and eager attention, I would be deeply remiss if I did not fill your ears with the specifics of a little sale we're running tonight only. Get your patented, one-of-a-kind, Glover's brand, Wagyu. And you may be asking, Wagyu? And to which I would say, their goo, and there's some more goo too. I kid, but seriously, you're gonna love this stuff. It's precious and it's rare. Who knows what it can do? If you're ever in a snare, you need Wagyu. Get yours today while supplies last. Side effects may include who knows what, why knows where, and how knows why. Never see a doctor, but you can smell one. Never use in of doors or out of doors, and may result in spontaneous extra doors.
Extra what now?
I am not responsible for the extra doors. These statements are not an admission of guilt, nor promissory note of a specific outcome, foreign or domestic. One nation, under God, with liberty and Wagyu for all. Well, for all who buy it, which I hope will be all of you. Twice, all sales are final. Don't forget to tip your bloom folk, and I hope to see you all for the next performance. Tavi, baby! What's the big idea of almost buying the farm on my property? My insurance is gonna go through the roof. Well, it would if I had insurance. And who is this cagey potpourri of warlords?
We, good lady, are the Infectious.
Yeah!
A merry band of sellswords with hearts of gold. And speaking of gold, Tavi, baby, hired us for protection and told us you were good to cover the bill.
The Infectious? Yuck! What am I paying? A copay? And why should I foot the bill for your weapon-wielding entourage here?
Because Dutzy, surely the most prolific and successful entrepreneur, playwright, pawnbroker, and innkeeper in everyone, should have the coin she owes me, does she not?
Of course. Here, Tabby, follow me and I'll see if I can scrape up together some funds for the Infectious here. Oh, you too, honey. You look spry and Mama's not moving any boxes tonight. Look, Debbie, I'm strapped right now.
Dutzy, I'm afraid I must insist. Over the many years we've known each other, we've never kept score.
We've always kept score.
Precisely, which is why I know you owe me one, maybe two even, for the Shimmerglade heist alone.
What's the big deal already? So, someone swiped your mask and toasted your crackers. That happens to you a couple of times a month.
Deuteronomy. It was not just anyone who stole my mask and painted my back porch red. It was an Aolan.
Get out. Well, you did make some dopey choices, and now it's time to face the music.
Yes, and I would much rather do that with hired militia.
That's it, Wickerwhistle. If you're gonna stiff us on the bill, we're leaving!
Graphic scrubs!
The mouth on that guy.
Please, Deuteronomy, scrape up something, anything. I'll hold them off for as long as I can.
Fine, fine, fine. The things I do for you, Wickerwhistle.
Ah, Usio, shall we teach you to understand Grux? That was part of the deal, was it not?
Very well. But coin soon, or we scram!
Yes, yes. Come, sit.
All right, honey. We're gonna have to dig deep. Now, where is that stash? Here. Mark off the boxes we check. Ah. First box. Necklaces.
Necklaces?
That's what I said. No stash. Ah. Next box. Recipes.
Recipes?
That's what I said. Keep up. No stash. Ah. Next box. Medicine.
Medicine?
Bingo, kid. No stash.
So, what is an Aolan? Like, what is it really?
Going right for the meat and potatoes, eh, kid? Well, all right. What's your name here, girlie?
Charlotte. Charlotte Finch.
Seems like there's more to that. But all right, Charlotte Finch. Buckle up, 'cause old Deuteronomy will shoot you straight. We've all heard of Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy and Sandman. But among the ranks of these mythical figures is a duo that is unmatched. The Wickerwhistle and the Aolan. These two are like two sides of the same coin, but as different as day and night. The Wickerwhistle, a rogue of whimsy and inspiration. Think unbridled right brain. The Aolan, a logical figure as precise as a Swiss watch. Think structured left brain. Together, they seek creative balance.
Balance? Then why are they always fighting?
Honey, balance does not always mean agreement. These two, they were built for friction, to sharpen each other. Without unbridled imagination, ideas are flat and stale. And without calculated structure, ideas never take shape or fully exist. Finding balance is back-breaking work. Once upon a time, this pair would gather like-minded creatures into special groups, each side engaging in a sporting duel, pushing their limits. The Wickerwhistles with their orchestras, not of brass and strings, but of talents and kings and queens. The Aeolians with their cogitations, not of thinks and ponders, but of prodigies, masters, and analytical wonders. The orchestras and the cogitations would clash, and no one knew how long it might last. But in the end, well, my friend, look what had amassed. Masterpieces, groundbreaking, beautiful, and executed with class.
So, a duo. Then what happened to the last Aolan?
Well, that, my Madame Finch, is not my story to tell, as much as I'd love to. Here, kid, look at my facie. I want you to look into my eyes. We lost Tavin a long time ago, and now he's just a Wickerwhistle. And the only thing a Wickerwhistle loves is a Wickerwhistle. So be careful, kid. Aha! I found it! It was chucked right into the fireplace.
Oh, you mean the Furlabachi?
What? No, don't be ridiculous.
Repeat after me. Grox, graphics. Teeth on lips. Fa, fa, fa. You can feel them on your lips. Fa, fa, fa.
Grux. Graphics. Graphics, Grox!
No. Of course he didn't mean it. He's only learning.
I'm gonna get it. Just you wait. It's going to be epic.
And here we are, the little manner of payment. Don't count it, it's all there.
Brilliant! The Infectious are now your own personal bodyguards, Wickerwhistle.
Yeah! We are here on official Avian business. You, Wickerwhistle, you're coming with us. We have questions about your skirmish with the figure in white.
Well, you're going to have to get through me. I'm the Wickerwhistle's official bodyguard, and this is my crew.
Yeah! Well then, mercenary, have it your way.
Well, isn't it against your precious birdie code to rub elbows with us common folk anyway?
Today is not the day to have a smart mouth with me, boy.
Boy!
Both of you, calm yourselves.
Thank you, sister. Your calming powers are the only thing saving this brute.
Well, mind tricks don't work on me, sweetheart. I've trained my brain against sorcery and the like.
You stabbed me in the back then? I took you for a glory hound, not a scoundrel.
It was just a little shove, you baby. Besides, there are tactical moments to turn your back, and there are tactical moments not to. Is anything about real fighting in that code of yours?
You mock the Avian code because you could never live up to its standards. It's so easy to ridicule order and restraint when you have so little.
Don't get it twisted, sister. I've got rules I follow. But code, no code. Fighting is ugly business, and there's nothing honorable about it.
On this we agree.
We come seeking answers for the death of one of our own, Sithra Avian. The Wickerwhistle was there when it happened.
Tavin, someone died?
I didn't realize.
Everybody listen up! I have something very important to say. Flash sale, babies! For the next 10 minutes only, where goo is 10% off when you buy 3.
Graphics, Grox.
No, you cannot taste it. And I can barely understand you with that axe.
Enough of this foolishness. An Avian fell by the Wickerwhistle's hand, and he must pay.
May I have your attention, please? As my dear friend Deuteronomy put it, I have made some unsavory choices, and it is time for me to face the music. First and foremost, I would like to say this is my fault.
I knew it! You're coming with us.
Let me explain. I did not harm anyone directly. That was someone known as an Aolan. The attack was meant for me.
Why is this Aolan here? And why did she attack you?
Tavin, what happened to the last Aeolian?
The Aolan before this lunatic was named Abigail. She was the love of my life, and she fell ill. It was not long before it took her. We were the perfect pair, Abigail and I, until we weren't. It was my job to appoint a new Aolan, and I couldn't bring myself to do it.
Then how did this new Aolan come to be?
I put the Aolan Codex into the Betwixt for safekeeping, because, as you can imagine, I couldn't appoint a new Aolan. This maniac must have found the book and claimed the title for herself. This is my fault, and for that, I'm truly very sorry.
Well, who cares?
Hey, no, get off me!
I do not see you guys. I
Do
don't
not touch me! I promise you I will destroy everything that you make.
I do believe I'm out of my depth. This new Aolan is more powerful than I could have ever imagined. I don't know what to do.
Well, if all else fails, there's always the granddaddy of cosmic law between the Wickle Pickle and the Aoli Moly. Just say the words and this can all end.
Do you mean the law of reckoning? Deuteronomy, are you out of your mind? That would cost me everything.
Well, I'm sure you'll figure something out. In fact...
Oh, I will.
Here.
Drugs!
Some wagyu on the house. Good luck.
The creatures from the void draw near. I can sense them. They're too numerous to count.
Where are the creatures? They're roach!
Come on, Infectious! Rally up! We are better.
Hear me! I have not earned your trust, but lend me just a moment of your time. I have a challenge for each of you, for all of us. You each are equipped with a powerful, unique, and personal destiny. You have a job to do, a better self waiting to be realized, and a calling to enact. Some of us are called to challenge the accepted way of things. Some of us are called to become who deep down we know we are, despite the expectations of others. Some of us are called to be the best versions of ourselves, even if others don't fully understand it. Some of us are called to spread new ways of thinking and changing how others perceive the world. Some of us are called to live a life worth imitating, becoming a paradigm remembered for all time.
There's something different about his words. I can physically feel it. Is he using his Wickerwhistle power?
That's not the Wickerwhistle power, honey. I believe we have our Tavin back.
But to become these things, we must know we are not perfect, yet we dare perfection anyway. It's about challenging the status quo, leaping over what's easy to find what has never been done. It's about having friends alongside us to hold us up when we are weak, and us them. It's about staying on the right path, even though that path is hard. You cannot try to do it yourself. The weight is too much to bear alone. But we can do this together. So right here, right now, can we be better, truer versions of what we are called to be? I, Tavin Wickerwhistle, challenge you with an invitation. The Infectious, the Avians, those that I call friends, anyone who is willing. Will you join me in an orchestra the likes of which these realms has never seen?
I.
Graphics Crux.
You betcha. Sure, why not?
Very well. Are you tearing up a bit, sister?
I most certainly am not.
Well, hip hip hiddle, let us prepare to give these creatures the fight of their lives!
Yeah!
My beloved Harriet, what grotesque display, painting done in green. Onward to the fray, justice calls for me to battle. If I bleed out on this hill, hold hard, daughter, still. Assure her that I will come back to her somehow, someday. No, don't shed a tear. I promise you are here, dear. You are with me always.
Now, my beauties, attack them with all you've got. Bring me the Wickerwhistle unharmed, but have as much fun with any war or anything else. Oh, and Dreadshifter, you hang back for now. Let's get them nice and afraid so you can feast. Let's show them what we've really got.
Barricade the doors! Yes, do that! Now!
All right, my little blue book. Here we are, surrounded. This is not going to be pretty. For these creeps, show what you got, my babies. They've heard of the boom folk. Now have a taste of the bungles. The security squad
You've assembled quite the orchestra, Wickerwhistle. I think it's time for you to meet a very special member of my cogitation. A member hand-selected to pick your gang apart piece by piece. It's time for you to meet the Dread Shifter.
I've waited far too long to face my choices.
My father would never be proud of what has become.
Graphics.
This is it, Finch. You're gonna disappear forever.
What if I really am a no-talent actor? What am I saying? I'm wonderful.
If I were better, we would be winning this fight. I'm not good enough.
Come on, then! What's with all the negativity? What about that rousing speech from Tavin? Remember who you are! Oi, I've been in enough battles to know when someone's pulling the strings. Crux, someone out there's playing with our heads, and I've got to stop it. Cover me! Crux!
You would flee now, mercenaries? I knew you were a coward.
It didn't take long for Usio to fight his way through the lesser creatures to find the foul mastermind he was looking for. The Dreadshifter was massive, looming over Usio like an enormous, twisted cockroach. Countless tentacles and legs skittering and flickering as Usio approached.
You are no one. You will never be remembered. You will not make a difference. You are nothing.
Oi, friend! You're gonna have a real tough time if that's the best you can do. You picked the wrong bloke to try to play mind games with. Not only is this a steel trap, but I know who I am. I know the face of my father, and I know my destiny. Let me show you.
It was as though time stood still as Usio and the Dreadshifter fought. But the creature's hardened exterior was proving too hard for Usio's axe to pierce. But that didn't stop the Dreadshifter from piercing Usio. He was taking wound after wound. It was then that the Dreadshifter reared up on its hind legs, too many to count, and grabbed Usio within its clutches, pulling him in, and began squeezing the very life out of him.
I'll admit, you attacked me pretty good there.
You will not survive that strike. I am sure of it. You wish to be legendary, yet here you are, about to fall in darkness, with no audience but the creature who will end you. No one will remember your name. You were a fool to turn your back to me.
I've been in enough scraps to know when to turn my back! I just needed a real good shot at that soft underbelly there. I felt your squishy little heart beating the first time you gave me that warm hug. And now, that's where my axe is. See, that's your problem. You're too negative. You only want to spread things worth spreading. All right, Infectious. All right, Usio. Sound off. Balance overrules. Mercy for the uninvolved. And own your choices. Yeah, I'm owning this one real good. This was a pretty big swing. I just hope it wasn't a miss.
It was a big swing indeed, folks, and it looks like it was a huge hit. With the dreadshifter out of the picture, our heroes began acting like themselves again. And whether it was due to instinct or self-preservation, when UCO defeated the dreadshifter, some of the other creatures began to flee.
No, no, no! You cowards! One of your heavy hitters goes down swinging and you bail on me. Very well then. Here I come, Wickerwhistle. Let's knock down these load-bearing walls, shall we?
And just like that, an Aolan tore the biggest, most reckless dimensional hole in everyone yet, opening wide the place beneath all places. And where did she tear that awful hole? Squarely on top of the better part of an hour, with our heroes inside. That's right, folks. Reality itself is a shambles, and everyone is fighting for its life. All bets are off, and weirdness is afoot. It turns out that in the ripping, our heroes have been separated, but not just physically, also metaphysically, in this strange and vile place. If I'm being really honest, folks, I don't think we stand a fighting chance. You may want to leave now, while you still can. Any takers? No? All right, well, I warned you.
I do believe we are approaching the right time for these little beauties.
Tavin, I'm sorry about Abigail. Really.
Thank you, but that really does not excuse what I did. It was very wrong of me. That should do it.
Tavin, what is that thing? And why did you go through all that trouble just to get those trinkets?
This is a slapdash magical prison cell. The Labyrinth of Cut Corners is a powerful arcane lock, hence the stone. The Consecrable is a living key, hence the feather. And this ring is much like my mask. It holds some of the Consecrable's power. I will use that to activate it.
Because if it could hold you, it could hold the Aolan.
Precisely, but it's small, so it'll only work for a short amount of time. If it works at all. And if it doesn't, there's only one other means to save this realm, but at great cost.
This place is so freeing. It just gets me, and I can shape it to my will. Just meanwhile, look at these flies struggling away in my web. Well, hello, Wickerwhistle.
I do believe we are approaching the time where you drain me of the last of my powers and I perish, yes?
More or less.
If I may ask, what will happen to Charlotte here?
Her? She doesn't even register as a threat. I may just leave her here. See what happens. Tavin, you do not know why I'm doing this to you, do you?
No, I do not. Although I do get some sense you are seeking some sort of retribution.
Gotcha. I was only so young. You opened up a portal in my garage, and you walked right out of it. You couldn't see me, but I can see you. And then you left. I don't know where you went, but you left the portal wide open. I sat and I watched the portal for hours, but soon it was time for bed. I couldn't sleep, so I went back out to the garage. When I returned, I wasn't alone. There were dozens of more creatures, all shapes and sizes, in all colors of manner. And you know what they were doing? They were absolutely destroying my garage, which was also my father's office. My father's computer demolished, along with 6 months of work. Do you think my family believed that little creatures from another world did this?
No, I do not.
What did you tell them?
I tried to explain to them what happened, over and over. My father's reputation was ruined. He lost all his clients. And my family thought of me as a destructive liar. I blame you, Wickerwhistle.
So eventually, you went into the portal I left open to the Betwixt.
Absolutely. It was the only place where I could find peace. The only place I felt sane. Sort of how I feel here, now.
And that's where you found the Aeolian Codex.
Bingo. And here we are. And I'm sorry, but what is that smell?
Oh, that's the Wagyu. A whole jar of it broke when we got, it's very sticky stuff.
Well, it's been great catching up with you, Tavin, but I think it's time I take your powers.
Wait, please, before you do. I have 2 things. 1, I'm sorry for leaving the portal open. That's so wrong of me. And 2, I'm giving you a chance to surrender.
You sound even crazier than me right now.
Surrender, or I will invoke the law of reckoning, a judgment of us both.
You wouldn't. I'm far above those laws now. Besides, the law of reckoning can only happen at the rise of dawn. And you know, you wouldn't do it. It would strip you of all your powers. You're bluffing.
Are you willing to take the risk? Surrender, friend.
Okay, I'll surrender. Now, I think it's time to take the rest of your powers, for old time's sake.
Tavin, no!
Yes, I did it! Now I finally hold the power of the Aolan and the Wickerwhistle. And now I can shape everyone into what she deserves to be.
Well, hip hip hit 'em, Miss Finch. This appears to be the end of me.
Oh, Tavin, that weird goo. It's everywhere, and it smells awful.
It's pronounced Wurgu. And you are Dawn, as radiant as ever. Someone as luminous as you couldn't disappear, no matter how hard you tried. And every dawn rising brings light to the shadows of yesterday.
What is that even supposed to mean?
How quaint. Goodbye, Wickerwhistle.
I invoke the law of reckoning!
Could do? Is this the best that all of you can do? I proved that I am superior once again, and I did it alone.
No! Tavin, gone? I'm gonna disappear forever. It's Friday, 9 a.m. I should be in homeroom. Definitely an unexcused absence. Maybe Grox could sign the note for me? I'm hiding here too. I guess that's what I do. It wasn't always true. Oh no. Charlotte the girl, she had a light, it glimmered from miles. She had a shine, she had a sight, set on the moon. What happened to her? Charlotte the kid seemed like she'd bleed out wonder and wishes. She had a stride, knowing that she'd take on the world. What happened to her? And how could I explain to her that whatever I am and whatever I've been, I'm here just to scram and hide and disappear, hide and disappear, hide and disappear. That's who I am. No! I won't just sit by this tree. I will not disappear. It's time they all see that Charlotte Finch is here. Remember who you are, Finch. This is a battle of volume. Whose song is louder, mine or the fierce? I turn up the good and I turn down the bad. It's time that the fear dances to my tune, not the other way around. I've been hiding too long, time to stand pretty grand. I'll sing my Avian song, Charlotte Finch is here. To that weird scummy hive, if it's by band or by hand, I swear that you will survive, now Charlotte Finch is here. I'm here and I'm enough. I'm here and I'm enough. It's not the time to disappear. I will save your land. I will save your home. I will save this realm.
Oh, you're still here. Did you even have a glimmer to waste? Out of curiosity, what did the Wickerwhistle whisper to you?
That I'm his successor. Before he faded, he invoked the law of reckoning, which governs you both. I also see that you're alone, with no successor to claim your power once it leaves you.
You're fools! You can't invoke the law of reckoning. The law of reckoning can only happen at the rise of dawn, and there's not even a sun in this place.
My name is Dawn Charlotte Finch. Watch me rise!
Wait! No!
This does not belong to you!
No! No!
You heard it right, folks. The law of reckoning can only take place at the rise of a dawn, and Dawn is Charlotte's real name. Tavin has known it since their meeting in the alleyway when he saw her school ID. Now both the Wickerwhistle and the Aolan have been judged, and both of them were not worthy to keep their power.
All right, Charlotte Wickerwhistle. What now?
Charlotte, there you are. Come on, everybody. We'll have to
Teray!
escape this place.
Teray! Wait, where's Deuteronomy?
She's already up top. She called me. I will never understand that woman.
Wait, where is Teray?
I am Teray, but I
Tavin!
can't find
My
Tavin.
life has been crazy. Tavin!
I can't find him. He's gone. His energy signature, I can't find it. But I am picking up a faint energy signature this way. Come on, everybody. We must hurry.
Graphics, Grox?
Thanks, big guy. But I don't think I'm gonna bounce back from this one. Oi, did we win?
So far, so good, mercenary.
Nice. You know, you avians aren't so bad after all. Hey, big guy. Grux. Graphics. Grux.
Graphics, Grox.
And with that, Usio, Lord of Grimstone, Captain of the Infectious, became a casualty in what would become known as the Battle for Everyone. His last words were in Graphixian, leaving Grux to be the sole creature in everyone to know what he said, and if he said it correctly.
Come, let's give him a proper funeral.
A funeral fit for an avian.
No, a funeral fit for a legend.
Come, friends, we must get away from this place. We have mere zeptoseconds to save the very realm of everyone.
And saving everyone is what they did. Sadly, the damage everyone suffered was catastrophic and far-reaching. Some even say that rebuilding this realm would be impossible. But our heroes will dare at the impossible anyway, knowing that rebuilding the world around them is done brick by brick, choice by choice, and deed by deed. The journey to rebuild everyone begins now. So, what you say we lighten the mood a bit, eh, folks? Why don't we go now and see what's become of our Everyonian friends? They've come this far, but what comes next? Let's find out, shall we?
This statue of Tavin is a staunch reminder of the place he holds in our hearts. Teray, read the plaque.
Hip, hip, hiddle, no ditch or slums, when Tavin Wickerwhistle comes. Long live the Wickerwhistle.
Deuteronomy, you old cat. This statue has been here for ages.
I know, but it is still a staunch reminder of the place you hold in our hearts.
Remind me again how you managed to survive.
Wagyu. It's precious and it's rare. Who knows what it can do? If you're ever in a snare, you need Wagyu. Never use in of doors or out of doors. It may result in spontaneous extra doors.
And this time I absolutely was responsible for the extra doors.
Well, maybe it wasn't all chance. Perhaps I did use the very last whiff of my Wickerwhistle fumes to coax the effects along a bit. I made myself a door back to every when proper.
I am here. For the Wickerwhistle.
Hello, I am here, but it's not Wickerwhistle anymore. Just Tavin now.
You, sir, are a feather poaching, stone stealing, ring plundering thief, and you made me a promise.
Ah, yes, I did. I do fear I have some bad news. And
Please, please, do tell.
calm down. I also have worse news.
Please do tell.
First, the bad news. Sadly, I don't have the Aolan. She slipped away. Now, I did make you a promise that I would bring to you a person who has willingly and knowingly violated some of the oldest and most sacred laws of everyone. And I would deliver that person to you myself.
What is your scam? What is your scam now, Wickerwhistle?
Patience. I'm turning myself in to fulfill my promise to you. And there's no theatrics. I am dead serious about this. I'm going to face my consequences now.
Oh, yes, you are. And now, it's time to prepare for my gaze.
Whoa there, big fella. I will remand myself to custody tomorrow. I have some affairs to set in order.
I like the freedom. It looks good on you.
Thanks. It was a big decision for me and Ligniana to leave the Avians, but the Infectious need a new leader. So we started something new. Blending of the two.
Our Cordell has loosened up quite a bit, but the spirit of the Avian Code still remains.
What's next for you all then?
We continue to hunt the creatures that came from the void. They're all but gone. We will venture into the place beneath all places, and M is still in there. And we continue to...
And we're going to find our father.
Well, call upon us if we can be of any assistance.
We wish you luck and skill.
Aha! Crux, Gruffix, Crux. Ah! Gruffix. Bah, Gruffix. Ah! Gruffix. Ah! Yeah! Oh. The Legend of Usio.
Step right up, folks, and get the one, the only Labyrinth brand. Wagyu, the very singular thing that saved everyone.
Deuteronomy, now wealthy beyond her dreams, is also said to be putting on her largest and most ambitious stage production ever.
That's right, madame. And would you like to hear the title? Madame?
You're talking to me again?
Yes, ma'am, I am. And I'm going to call it Deuteronomy Clavers and Her Infectious and Avian Cabaret, based on a true-ish story. Come to think of it, it looks like you've got a pretty good-sized audience out there. What are your advertising rates? Would any of you like some wagyu?
Teray, yet once again, you have done more than any friend should be expected to do.
Tavin, as much as I hate to admit it, I was wrong. You have kept your word, and you are making things right.
What will you do now that you've left the consortium?
Well, first I am helping Cordell with devices and weapons for what's to come. But I do have another offer on the table, but nothing to announce as of yet.
Teray, you sly old alley cat, what have you got up your tangerine-hued sleeve? Well, Miss Finch, you are the interim Wickerwhistle, on your way to becoming the real deal. There is the trials and the training, of course.
I've never been more ready. What comes first? Training on the mask? Secrets of the Betwixt?
Quite the opposite. Your training begins by going home, keeping your feet on the ground, going to high school, making friends. And don't make the same mistakes I did. Don't try to do this alone, and never let yourself disappear again.
So are you ready to return to Earth, Miss Finch?
I most certainly am. Should we tell him?
Yes.
Tell me what?
You're looking at none other than, drumroll please, Teray Aolan.
Interim Aolan. We have a long way to go, Interim Wickerwhistle.
Well, as I live and breathe, Teray, you little conundrum, science of surprises.
They needed somebody qualified to take on the titanic task of rewriting the Aolan Codex. And the Citadel is a complete mess. Don't even get me started on the statue repairs.
Well, I will see you very soon, Miss Finch.
Until next time, Tavin.
Until next time, Charlotte Wickerwhistle.
Welcome back to Earth, friends. Here we stand once again in the halls of Clara Peller High School. It's been a full week since Charlotte's life-changing adventures in Everyone. And as you'll see, things may feel familiar at a glance, but look a little closer, a little more carefully. Sometimes you can see something 1,000 times. But if you just take the time to really, truly look for something different on the 1,001st, you might be surprised at the outcome. Oh, here's our very own Charlotte Finch now, right where she was when we first met her leaving Mr. Turner's class.
Yeah, I can't believe she actually apologized to Mr. Turner about the mix-up publicly.
I can't believe she actually thanked him for it. She said reading that letter aloud changed her life.
This is only the second time I've heard her talk before, and she sounds like a totally different person.
Have you ever had one of those days? One of those days that starts out normal, but out of nowhere, it just gets even better? And it's not just one big moment that makes the day great. It's a bunch of joyous moments. Now, I'm not trying to be overly sentimental here. This isn't the best day of my life or anything. But honestly, experiencing a string of good days filled with joyous moments is really good for once.
Oh, not today.
Here, let me help you. It's okay. It happens to the best of us.
Hey, Charlotte, how did you do in the art fair?
Great! I got 4th, which is really good compared to all the other 40 entries. I'm already thinking of what to do for the next one.
Nice. Hey, did you get a chance to read your interview?
Hey, Jordan, I'm sorry. It's kind of loud in here. Could you repeat that?
That's my bad. Oh, that's my bad. Sometimes I talk way too quiet.
Same, girl, same. Anyway, what's up?
I was just asking if you had a chance to read your interview. It's been getting a ton of likes and really great comments. Miss Duncan gave us an A. She said it was some much needed positivity.
Oh, wow. Yes, I did get to see it. Oh, and by the way, you did great, as usual.
You made it super easy. I even used your quote as the title. Look again and you might see something beautiful.
Oh, hey. Do you remember last week when you tried to talk to me about something?
I think I recall something like that.
Well, I just wanted to tell you I am so sorry for interrupting you. Was there something you wanted to say?
No. You know what? Just forget about it. It's okay.
Are you sure? I won't laugh or judge you even a little. I promise.
Well, it felt really familiar. You know, some days you just want to...
Disappear?
Yes, exactly.
Trust me when I say I know exactly how you feel. And hey, have you looked at the school blog? I think you'd really connect with it. By the way, do you have any plans for lunch? I could really use the company.
I normally eat lunch alone.
I do too, but I'm stretching myself. So we could eat lunch alone together.
Actually, that sounds awesome.
Great. I know this might sound weird, but I never quite caught your name.
Oh, I'm Penelope.
Nice to meet you, Penelope. My name is Dawn Finch, but my friends call me Charlotte.
Nice to meet you, Charlotte.
Hey, Charlotte, loved your interview on the school blog. Where'd you get the idea of something so poignant?
So I was recently in this situation, and it made me rethink a lot of things. I learned that you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be willing and able to put yourself out there just as you are, because who you are is valuable enough, and what you bring to the table is important enough to risk it. When you decide to face down the fear and not disappear into the crowd, you are on the very best way of becoming the very best you, and we need you. Fancy finding me here. Happy just to be here. There is so much to see here. Maybe that's the key here. Water fountains that taste like chlorine. Competing athletes fueled by caffeine. The lounge that smells like store-brand lean cuisine. Maybe it was always beautiful. We always maxed out overachievers. Slackers, napping, faking favors. The old TVs, the shoddy receivers. Maybe it was always beautiful. It's all beautiful. You never have to disappear. You're always beautiful. You never have to disappear. It seems crazy, I know crazy. I went missing for a while, but we're all crazy. I know you're crazy, 'cause how else can you face this realm with a smile? You are lost, come and gather nearer. The path for us has never been clearer. It starts with what you see in the mirror. Know that it was always beautiful. Loneliness of all shapes and sizes will say that you must live in disguises. Always be cool with the surprises. You were always beautiful. It's all beautiful. You never have to disappear. You're always beautiful. You never have to disappear. You're always beautiful. You never have to disappear. You're always beautiful. You never have to disappear. Hip, 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 begins the tone. Charlotte Wickerwhistle finds her home. Maybe it was always beautiful. It's all beautiful. You never have to disappear. You're always beautiful. You never have to disappear. You're always beautiful. You never have to disappear. You're always beautiful. You never have to disappear.
Playing the Bloom Folk and the Funguls, Sarah Sablon. Yeah! Kennedy Darnell. Levi Miranda. That was you. Baylin Lent. Samantha Scott. Micah Alderman. Lexi Alderman. Riley Darnell. And Evie Kearney. Playing a student and an avian, Veronica Kodum. Playing a student, an infectious and a statue, Gracie Batten. Playing a student, an avian, a prisoner, and a statue, Lathan Lopez. Playing a student, avian messenger, and a statue, Jacob Sablon. Playing a student, prisoner, infectious, and a statue, Alyssa Darnell. Playing a student and an avian, Mallory Laffler. Playing Penelope and an avian, Claire Hoffman. Playing Cythera Avian, a student, and an infectious, Emma Myers. Playing Jordan, a prisoner, and an infectious, Kendall Jackson. Playing a student and Marlo, Brianna Batista. Playing Thorn and an infectious, Ella Hoffman. Playing a student and Aries, Kenny Batten. Playing a student and Grux Gruffix, Noah Kodum. Playing a student and the consequivore, Austin Darnell. Playing Ligniana, Stephanie Bosch. Playing a student and Cordell, Mina Batista. Playing Ture and the Dread Shifter voice, Seth Bosch. Playing a student and Deuteronomy clabbers, Ava Hoffman. Playing a student and UCO, Josh Parker. Playing our narrator, Emily Kearney. Playing Aolan, Cameron Sloan. And our brother and sister duo playing Charlotte Finch, Faith Alderman, and Tavin Wickerwhistle, Zeb Alderman. Give it up for our tech crew in the back, James Paget, Shaviv Paget, and Matt Hoffman. And our awesome band made up of Stephanie Bosch, Thomas Kearney, Jacob Hyde, Alex Darnell, Tim Kearney, and Jacob Lowrey.
It's all beautiful. You never have to disappear. You're always beautiful. Beautiful. You never have to disappear. It's all beautiful. You never have to disappear. You're always beautiful. You never have to disappear.
Yeah, please. I'm amazed by these kiddos and these adults. Spectacular. I mean, they've done that 4 times now and nailed it every time. So, I have a little thing I just want to do before I dismiss you guys. Thank you for being an awesome audience. I appreciate it. But, like I said in the beginning, we have 4 senior girls that this was their finale as students at the Rock Academy in the theater program. So, I wanted to honor them. If I can have Ava Hoffman, Mina Batista, Faith Alderman, and Emily Kearney come on up. These girls right here. Yeah. These girls represent the best of who we are, and that's true. One of them was my daughter, you know. But they are full of integrity. They are full of the Spirit. They are leaders, and they are going out into a world to change the earth. And I know that that's true. Yeah, it's true. I'm just so proud of every single one of you. The choices you've made that have been challenging, I see them. I see them because I'm here on a daily basis. And I'm thankful for the choices you've made to be leaders amongst your peers in high school. That can be really hard. Even at a private school, it can be really hard. But each of you, your anointings, what you bring to the table has not gone unnoticed. And what I do know is that it will be powerful in the next steps that are to come. And this has been such an incredible experience for you guys to come and join me. Some of you since you were little children, not even really middle schoolers. And you've come and you've become beautiful actresses and singers. And I could not be more proud. I love each and every one of you. Congratulations on an awesome show.
Let's give it up. Let's give it up for Miss Hoffman.
I thought my part was done. I thought we did that in the beginning. Sorry. Thank you. Last, right before I let you go, this would not have been possible without the gentlemen that took almost 2 years of their lives to write this. So if you can just I need you to come out of there. Is there a way? Is there a way? Squeeze yourself on out. If you will give it up for Jacob Lowrey, who wrote all of the music you heard and lyrics. hip, hiddle. And Tim Kearney, who wrote the whole book to this show. Yeah. They are the original Wickerwhistle and Aolan. Aolan, yeah. And, every character you saw up here was an original masterpiece out of the mind of Tim Kearney. He gave us art to create all of the characters you see. We just put our hands to it and did the work part. Both of them were involved. We had this band back here. I mean, they practiced every week, volunteers, for months on end to bring what we have today. And I am just so thankful for the opportunity to be able to bring your anointing to life. What a powerful thing, what an awesome thing, what a unique thing. And I don't think we'll ever do it quite this way again, so I'm thankful for that. No, I just mean it's special. It's special, and I believe it's the first of many, but we won't pass this part again.